YouTube, it's Brian Phillips, brand new from E-flite. This is the SNJ-5. Look at the tail. SNJ-5, also known as the AT-6. I will pretend for the duration of this flight that I knew that and I didn't have to be told. Even though the unboxed build radio setup seems to appear that I didn't know that. Okay, throttle cuts off. This is our second flight. And as you can see, thrust reverse is beautiful. I love it. Takeoff flaps, beautiful split flaps. And we're in the air. Out of the flaps, out of the gear. Camera crew over here. We'll fly from the other side today. That sun is outrageous, but the wind is a little bit more realistic. And we had a super calm day the last time we filmed, and we wanted to give you guys a sunny flight. And also show you, that's about 30% past there. Man, that is striking, that yellow.
It is.
You good there?
Mm-hmm.
See that thermal and rotor action up there? The S3X has this thing just right where it needs to be, which is locked in. Beautiful. Guys, absolutely no problems. 3200 4S 50C. And yes, you can fly this on a 4000 as per the recommendations of the manual. But I can definitely tell you this, the 3200 feels really nice where it is for the center of gravity. Full landing flaps on the way downhill. We'll slow it down, keep a little bit of throttle engaged so that we get that tractoring prop. I did set up brake force to 2 on my braking in the Avian setup, which yes, we could do from the transmitter, super easy. And boy, oh boy, that yellow and red is beautiful. Trying to give you guys lots of shots of it because it is gorgeous. Takeoff flaps now only in gear. We'll do a dirty pass. Love that shadow on the trees back there. Dirty pass. Cat flaps out of the gear. Right up over the top. Get a little bit of crosswind we're fighting as we make that pass, and we'll do an inside out loop here and just bring it down the middle of the runway. You good?
Mm-hmm.
Right over those trees. Presentation pass style. Absolutely gorgeous. Guys, this plane flies like a daydream. It is very well behaved. About the only thing you'll have to work out is not getting ground loops. Takeoff flaps, landing flaps. Now gear coming out. Look at this thing slow down. Absolutely amazing. Love flying this plane. And then with thrust reverse, I've noticed that I do take a little bit, it takes a little bit of getting used to keep it from encouraging ground loops. I did better there than I did on my first two, but the thing is, it's still not hard. And by the way, speaking of not being hard, if you come over here, right where you are, I'm gonna taxi over to the tall grass and just take off like it's nothing, guys. Absolutely fantastic ground handling in the grass. And it will stop any sort of semblance of issues with ground loop, okay? I'm actually giving myself a couple more clicks of trim down. Man, those clouds are just helping to frame this so well.
Yeah, they are.
That's why I keep going right there, hon, in case you were wondering. Ooh, yes. I love that hole. Very nice hole.
It's your favorite.
It's also where I've initiated many RC plane deaths.
That's true too.
We never film this way, do we?
No.
It's very unusual for us to film this way. It's because we usually avoid this kind of death window of light. Speaking of death windows, when the sun is at this certain angle, it's just a very intense sun. So guys, here on Brian Phillips RC, we try to give you the full picture of what the RC community is being offered and let you make up your own minds. So if you like what you see here, don't forget to click the bell when you do subscribe to Brian Phillips RC. We'd love to have you on a routine basis. And as you can see, with no thrust reverse, even with the flaps down, you got plenty of ground clearance to do grass ops for landings or paved. That's clean. Okay. So we got no flaps. Tons of power. I mean, that was 60% takeoff. I could have done it with 25%. I just Really can't drag it out too much because of where we're hemmed in here with the trees. Right overhead? Beautiful. Guys, love flying airplanes, and I especially love flying planes when they are done right. And folks, this plane, make no mistake, is done right. It is done so well, and it reminds me of the days when we were dealing with this 1.2 meter series that is basically one of, well, I guess for me, one of my first RC airplane experiences was that 1.2 meter Warbird series. And yes, this is a 1.45 meter Warbird, and it is in the 1.5 meter classification, but they actually are built to the 1.2 scale. So if you have the 1.2 meter June Knight or Cripes Almighty, or even the, what was the other one? I forget what the last one was.
What was the other one?
But either way, any of those P-51s or P-47s that were in the E-flite's 1.2 meter series, they would be scaled to this plane. Even though this one is a bigger wingspan, it's got a longer wingspan. A little bit of crosswind here. We'll see if we can handle it and get you a nice pavement landing. Three-wheel landing. Oh, crosswind got me that time, guys. And as you can see, because we have telemetry on this airplane, it's super easy to tell exactly what we've got for power left. We have plenty of power, so we're gonna go ahead and take back to the skies. Guys, this plane is something else. I think you should seriously consider, if you even remotely like the AT-6 or the SNJ-5, I would highly recommend you consider getting this. We'll do a clean takeoff from the grass, immediately out of the gear. And that was about 40 to 50% throttle. It's just got everything you need and then more. As you can see from the ups, it's not gonna be like an insane powerhouse, but it's definitely fast enough to do what you want. And it sounds good doing it. It's not like it's struggling or you're afraid the cowl is gonna rip off and the prop is gonna go into 47 pieces. It's just relaxed power. Again, beautiful. Let's do a big sprawling loop here. We'll do it out here so you guys can really see it develop. We'll actually make that into a big figure eight. Man, it's beautiful, guys. All sorts of different flying techniques that you can employ with this thing, and that yellow wing just makes it so fantastic. It's easy to see. You can definitely tell if you're upright or upside down. And it's ironic because look at the top and the bottom. They look exactly the same, but I've never had a problem with this plane. It's just easy to tell because the wing is so long. It's got that lumbering roll to it, but it will roll quick. Okay, let's try a steep landing here for you. Coming in between these holes of the trees. See if I can hit this with a crosswind. We got a 15-degree crosswind right here. There it is. There it is. Come on, give it to me. And I managed to screw that one up too. But that's okay, because one of my favorite things about this plane and all the current thrust reverse equipped planes is you can get at it so quick. You can get back in the air with no trouble at all. In fact, I'll show you a STOL takeoff. Not supposed to be a STOL plane, but yet it is, pretty much. And that was no flaps, guys. This plane just does a really nice job, and I think anybody who gets it is gonna be very happy with it. We'll see if we can stick this one. A-full any flaps. Okay. Beautiful. There it is. There it is. Come on. Give it to me. Oh, I've managed to outdo myself with the worst landing. They're getting worse as time goes on. Should I just like take whatever I did the last 7? You like that sun is right there?
That's great. It's perfect.
It makes it easy to film.
I love it. Right? Yep.
I got to be getting low on battery, but I'm not at critically low or it'd be chiming at me. It's one of my favorite features within the Spectrum Smart Arena. Okay. There we go. There we go. Finally, I get one nice, and then I still managed to almost ground loop it, and yet I didn't. So I will consider that victory here. What a beautiful plane, guys. Here on Brian Phillips RC, we love showing you the latest and greatest. And honestly, this is what some would consider to be a re-release, but make no mistake, it has been redone, bigger, more powerful setup. It's got beautiful livery. I love this one piece. It's actually 3 pieces. Split flap is so huge and very effective. And yes, the landing gear are all soft, including the tail wheel. Now, retracts are really simple on this application, but they work really well. And it's also got a different prop. I don't remember seeing a prop of this style. And I'll show you that right now. This prop is more detailed. It's a 12-8-5. And I don't remember them looking like that on any of the other warbirds. And it could be that I'm just having a bad memory right now, but what an absolutely gorgeous model. It's gonna get the job done. Really good release here, but remember there's strong magnets here too. So if you are pulling this up, you still have to overwhelm the magnetic pressure. So even when you drop this on, it just snaps into place. Nice looking pilot, simple instrument clusters, but that'd be customary in this airplane. And then as you can see, 3200 4S all the way forward, gets it done nicely. See what I'm talking about? Don't even have to worry about the latch. So what a joy to fly. I think you guys are gonna really enjoy this plane. If you like anything about warbirds, if you like the 1.2 meter warbirds, you're gonna love this. Now keep in mind, there are some 1.5 meter warbirds. This is not in that size class, even though it is a 1.5, in my opinion. It is a considerably smaller plane. The P-51 is probably 1.5 to 2 times as big as this plane, okay? So if you guys are flying that silver, blue, and white P-51 from E-flite, that is a big plane, okay? If you guys are flying the Focke-Wulf 1.5, that is a big plane. This is not a big plane like that. Remember, we're flying on 4S or 3S, okay? So this would be similar to the 1.2 meter lineup, which would be the T-28, which is amazing, the P-51, which is amazing, the P-47, which is also amazing. They had a Spitfire at one point. I don't know if they still have that one. The Corsair, also amazing. They're all really good, okay? So if any of them have been temporarily discontinued, my hope is that they will be brought back. This is one that people have been asking about. They had some issues with the sales originally on it, and so they were able to work through some of those technical details. This robotic machine behind us is driving me nuts. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's mowing our grass. That doesn't really need mowed, but it kind of does.
Kind of does a little bit.
This plane is awesome. Yes, it will mow the grass. It has pretty good ground clearance, surprisingly good ground clearance, and it just gets the job done. One thing I would definitely caution you on this plane is I think that it needs and it likes the power of 4S. And that was one of the complaints I think people originally had, is that there was no technical brand marketing that said you could use 4S. Late into the 1.2 meter Warbirds run, on the first or second batch, I remember seeing Jason Merkel on a YouTube video saying that, yeah, you guys can use 4S, it's no problem, but we just don't talk about it in the manual or some such thing. It was so bizarre. And I was like, man, finally somebody's saying it, because everybody was doing it. But I was always afraid I was gonna burn up my ESC. This one is definitely sized for 4S, and it definitely does good on 4S. You can see it's not a speed demon in the ups, but it's got plenty of speed, okay? That being said, if you fly on 3S, you're gonna get a way more scale feeling experience. But I think that you're gonna have a little bit of trouble hitting the CG point if you have a smaller battery. So if you're gonna go to 3S, you might need to throw in a 4,000 milliamp, in my opinion. That's not like gospel truth, but it's just my opinion. That being said, if you put in a 4,000 4S, which it will take, you're gonna wanna have it back far enough to where it's darn near running into the receiver, okay? Because the receiver sort of hems in your battery locations, but it's not really that big a deal because most of the batteries I have in the size class, and that includes competitive offerings, will fit fine into this. And 2 big sturdy straps should make it easy. And we did our shelf liner like usual, and we haven't had any slippage or anything. Great plane, really well done from E-flite. Not sure what order you guys are gonna see the videos tonight on our release, or not so much tonight, but today whenever you're watching it. But I gotta say, in the light, this thing pops.
It does.
It looks so good. It's a daydream to fly. It just does all the things you want. And it's so funny because we've done so many planes over the years and it flies exactly the way you want it to. Okay, so when you get it out, you get it in the air, I don't feel any bad habits. It definitely yaws and it's kind of got a nice little slip to it because of the shorter body and the huge long wing. And that's what's so cool about this hobby is every time I fly a plane that's different, it's got a little different feel to it. And when I first started the hobby, I had no idea I was going to get that.
Right.
So it's been a joy of mine to experience so many different planes. And we appreciate you guys supporting us through that here on Brian Phillips RC. If you want to keep supporting us, do one favor, smash the like button, click the bell for notifications when you do subscribe, but mostly for financial support. If you are going to support us, buy the planes from the links in the video description below. And that's how we do it here on this channel, guys. Other ways to support us: Patreon for monthly support, YouTube members for monthly support, YouTube Super Thanks, and PayPal, depending on what works best for you. If any of them make sense at all, and we really appreciate best buying planes because we want to explore. We want this whole hobby to just blow up with amazing groups of people. We want more people doing it. We want more people enjoying it. We want more people learning and flying and building their skills every day. And we hope that we're reaching you to do that. Because don't just live vicariously through Brian Phillips RC and other YouTube influencers that are doing a good job out there. We just want you guys to know that we really want you flying. We really want you enjoying this hobby with us and not just watching us do it. Because at the end of the day, this is an amazing, wonderful, challenging, difficult, complicated, rewarding, awesome hobby, okay? There's a million hobbies. There's a million things you could do with your time. This is one you can do this with your grandpa and your grandson, or your grandma and your granddaughter. I mean, it really doesn't matter. But the thing is, I'm going to tell you what other multi-generational thing can you guys do together? And it's wholesome, it's family friendly, and you can make it just as crazy or as tame as you want. And that's one of the reasons why we keep promoting such an amazing hobby. And that is flying radio controlled airplanes has got to be where it's at. I fly helicopters, I fly airplanes, I fly quads, VTOLs, and then we do cars, trucks, boats, SUVs, all that stuff. But really where it's at for me is still and will usually be airplanes. I love helicopters too. Anything that looks like a real airplane, helicopter, that's where I prefer to be. This thing looks very realistic. It pulls off all the details you want, and it definitely passes the 4 or 5, foot test, because when it's going by, it looks absolutely real. So get one. Links in the video description below. Guys, we're going to have at least another video of flight with this. I'm not sure if you're going to see both or what order you're going to see them, but great experience. The lighting was a little bit worse on the other one, so not sure which one's going to lead off. But if you want to see the unbox build radio setup, it's probably one of the most compact Brian Phillips RC unbox build radio setups we have ever done. So enjoy that, and just remember, don't get your hopes up like that's going to be the new norm.
No.
Because we kind of wish it would be the new norm, but I doubt it's going to be. This plane went together. I think the piece count was like 6, including the manual. It was awesome. So we need more of that, RC manufacturers, because there's nothing quite like opening a box and having it in the air in like 40 minutes while you're filming it. That's crazy, okay? So stay tuned. If you haven't checked out our unbox build radio setup, do it at your convenience. Of course, we've been using here the NX10. It's been great. We are out of model memory, and so we're getting ready to switch over to an NX8. Yes, that seems like a downgrade to most, but it's not. I don't use my sliders here, which are additional analog channels, but I do enjoy and have really enjoyed this particular transmitter. It's been great. We've got hundreds of models way over the model memory limit. For whatever reason, you're allowed to bring them over from another model, but it just won't let you add anymore until you get to a certain point. Also, the NX8 has 20 channels just like the NX10. And if you go to the NX7E, you go to 14 channels, NX6, 14 channels. But the NX8, NX10, NX20, and then of course in the IX lineup, I think all of those are at 20 as well. Yeah, I think so. So, except for maybe the IX12, which I don't think they're making anymore. Correct. So there's a few run-of-the-mill, there's some weird ones out there. But coming from a DX18, I have been thrilled with the NX lineup, and that's starting from the 6, working my way through to the 10, and then we've had 2 8s in the middle, and just really good. And we got a new 8 waiting to get loaded up with some more planes, so I'm excited to do it. And if you guys need help setting up radio systems and setting up planes, you're in the right place. We don't just show flying them. We'll show unbox all the way to flying. Just check out the unbox build radio setup. We do it for every plane that we do, whether it's plug and fly, bind and fly, or some level of ARF. We do it all, okay, start to finish, except for the very, very earliest videos we did on Brian Phillips RC here on YouTube. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below, or head over to brianphillipsrc.com, or you can go to bprc.me. That's our short link to take you to the same place, and you can compare and contrast this to its old brother. If you want to see the original, and all we do is we send you to a link that takes you to a playlist for this particular plane. And my guess is this playlist will contain both.
All of them, yes, both.
So when you find the playlist for a particular plane, you can easily find the unbox build radio setup. But for whatever reason, even though it's run by Google, the search engine sucks terribly within YouTube creators.
I can't even find the playlist.
We can't find our own stuff.
It's ridiculous.
And we
made it.
It's our channel.
Yeah.
So, but with thousands of videos, it's challenging. And that's why we have this utility called brianphillipsrc.com. And you can also go to brianphillipsrc.com/supplies or bprc.me/supplies, and you will be linked with all the different goodies that we use to put these things together. Hopefully we answered all your questions. Great plane. Good job, E-flite. Oh, I didn't mention the only negative. The only negative I have on this model is there's no LEDs, which is kind of annoying, but at the same time, such is life. I just wish we had LEDs. And if we're not gonna have LEDs, I would like to have an offer so that we can mount them easily, and some tape or something that makes it easier than having to cut the foam. So, and if you guys know anything about Brian Phillips RC, if you've been with us for a long time, you know I used to install LEDs in everything. Yep. And that was back when I had time to do it. And over the years, I've just run out of time. And I would like to do it on a few models here and there, but generically speaking, I know how to do it and I know why I do it, but it's real hard to film in the dark. So that's a big part of it. But here in a few weeks, that sun is going to be an hour further down the horizon at the same time on the clock. And it is going to be so terrible. We call it daylight savings. Actually, we're in daylight savings. Yeah, so we're going to end daylight savings for some reason. I'd say we just keep it always on. So anyway, when that happens, that's where LEDs are really kick in, okay? Yeah. Stretching twilight is nice, but that's why we love this livery. Yes. The silver and gray and blue and light colors just blend with the sky, and you get that sun down over the horizon. These beautiful pink skies. You guys haven't already seen it. You'll be seeing it right after this. You can see exactly how well this thing pops in the lower light conditions. All right, that's all we got for you today. Awesome plane, SNJ-5 or AT-6, whichever way you want to look at it. What an awesome plane. Thanks, E-flite. Keep them coming. And guys, stay tuned. So much more from Brian Phillips RC. Thanks for watching. YouTube, it's Brian Phillips. All new from E-flite. It's re-released, rather. AT-6 1.5, actually 1.45. But still, this thing is awesome. Huge split flaps. Got beautiful retracts with squishy mains and a squishy tail. Give her a squish. Squish. And an all new livery. Can't wait to show you. We're gonna pause and reset. Okay, so as you can see, we've used a little bit of battery when we're doing our radio setup. 3200 4S 50C installed. Right in the center of the CG range between 75 and 90. Takeoff flaps deployed. A little bit of wind. AS3X Plus should make this a breeze. Pun intended. Yes, I did drag that out because there's plenty of power. Oh, beautiful. On the Maiden. Guys, beautiful. Super quiet motor. Very easy to fly. I haven't even given it a click of trim, and yet it needs it. That's the beauty of this plane, is it's flying like there is no wind, and there actually is a little bit. And the thing looks gorgeous. Beautiful high visibility finish, which I really enjoy. Elevator is not porpoisey. I did have the original from E-flite, still have it in fact, silver with blue. Beautiful livery. I always liked that livery, but I wasn't a huge fan of the way it flew. This thing flies rock solid. That's 50% throttle and effortless flight. Big drawn out loop. Somebody was complaining we didn't do a drawn out loop the other day on a big plane, and I do apologize. Sometimes I forget to do these things. That's 100% throttle there. Man, that AS3X Plus has it locked in. Really solid feeling. Feels a little bit soft on the sticks for my taste. I might even remove some Expo on this plane. But it's not hard to fly in any way. I think I need to do a little bit of down elevator trim, but boy, oh boy, that looks sick.
Yeah, it does.
I was a little nervous about the colors. We do see sometimes some previews, but I love it. A little bit of down trim there. Full landing flaps. Let's show you the flight envelope. Not dirty, just flaps. Didn't really give it a chance to slow down very good, did I?
No.
But look at that, guys. Look at that envelope. Look how slow it's going. Holy cow.
Nice.
Oh, man, that huge flap is awesome. You know what this plane reminds me of that we did recently? The CJ-6. And that plane flies deliciously. But you know what? I am a different pilot than when I was flying the first version.
Oh, tons different.
I'm a lot better, for one thing.
Yes.
And the thing is, and just take off flaps there. A little bit of yaw authority. This thing will pivot on a dime. So be careful about your yaw inputs. Inside. If you guys have noticed a difference in my flight tendencies, leave it in the comments below. I'm curious to hear what you have to say. Also, I did notice that the PSOT sample that we are flying, AKA it's a product development sample, has a little bit of a cant on the mount for the receiver. We've seen this before from E-flite. It's a little bit unusual, but I gotta say the thing is flying pretty good. Feels pretty rock solid, but it could explain maybe a little bit of a tendency to yaw. And if that's the case, you wanna know how easy it is to take some China glue and basically fix that? It'll take me about 2 minutes of effort. And guys, I'm gonna just, no BS here. This is probably our shortest unbox build radio setup we've ever done in our history of Brian Phillips RC. That was a terribly executed stall turn. I repent. Okay, we'll do a little upside down routine here. As you guys know, I don't do a ton of upside down flying here. Oh, panic, safe. Oh yeah, that's right. Safe equipped, flaps coming out. We're just gonna bring it in for a nice glidey pass. About 10% throttle, a little bit of rudder input. And look at that thing, gear coming out. We'll do a dirty pass with safe select, turned on. Look at that thing, absolutely gorgeous. Man, I wonder how it'll do with grass ops.
I don't know, I was just thinking that.
Okay, out of the flaps, out of the gear, beautiful. We'll just give them a nice pass. I know they wanna see it. Man, that thing is locked in right now.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely gorgeous flight performance. So guys out there's a big opening. It doesn't look like it, but there is. Now I'm gonna turn off stabilizer, something I don't often do. This is totally free of all the AS3X and safe. So if you guys are into flying like that, that's totally cool. Whatever trips your trigger, you can see it's getting jostled around a little bit, but it's also a little bit less digital looking at certain moments. And boy, oh boy, it looks good. I hope it's picking up on camera because those colors make it look so good.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I gotta say, as we're going into fall, these colors are gonna help people. Guys, out of safe, out of AS3X, the thing has a good airframe. It's definitely doing all right. But as usual, I just love the locked in feel. So AS3X Plus back on. Take off flaps, landing flaps now. Dirty, dirty, dirty. 3% and 6% elevator correction, almost nothing. First landing and terrible, but yet still, that's why I love thrust reverse, guys. I don't have to worry about going out into that 3-inch clean. Now, clean takeoff here, no flaps, out of the gear. That guy is low, holy crap.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, I'm glad I wasn't at like 2,000 feet because I would have hit that guy.
Came out of nowhere.
So guys, AS3X Plus locked in. That jet comes through low all the time. I gotta find out who owns it so I can say, hey,
Take us for a ride.
take us for a ride. It's also That's about the same times too.
Yeah.
Okay, gear coming out. Probably somebody who watched the channel. It's like, I wonder what he's doing today. That'd be awesome if they did. Okay. Look at that, ground effect. Beautiful ground effect.
Nice.
I mean, it was so buttery and delicious. We're gonna do it the other way. Take off flaps, now gear. Just take off flaps this time. Just take off flaps. Look at that pink sky. Beautiful. Now landing flaps. Oh, that is so beautiful. Guys, the soft tires make the difference, folks. That's why we screamed, we want soft tires. We want soft tires. Everybody just thought, quit complaining. You don't need soft tires. And I'm like, no, we do. I don't care if they get a bald spot on them. I don't care if they get a flat spot. I want soft tires. Now, I gotta say, this plane, it is flying really good. Really easy peasy. It is absolutely gorgeous looking. Now, out of the flaps, I don't know why I was flying around with flaps on, but I was, because you can. And that's one of the beautiful parts of flying, folks. You get to do it your way. Let's go back in the bowl, please. Switch sides. Man, that pink is gorgeous. Hey, hon,
Yeah?
did you know pink is not actually my favorite color?
It's not?
Nope. But it's some people's favorite color.
It is.
I love the way the pink skies look with this plane though.
Yeah.
And then into the blue, through the white, absolutely gorgeous. Folks, fall skies in Iowa are just gorgeous. We don't get a lot of clear skies. Man, that's gorgeous. And when they're clear like this, the reason they're so beautiful is because we have the harvest happening right now. And I can tell you this right now, the harvest puts all sorts of delicious dust in the air. And so what you end up with is just a little bit of glyphosate.
Yeah, with your dust.
And some delicious, what types of bug treatments? It's probably some permethrin.
I don't know, probably,
A little
yeah.
bit of that.
A little bit of ragweed.
A little bit, yeah, all that too. But it makes for beautiful sunsets, guys. Okay. No, all the farmers are gonna eat this.
Yeah.
That's all right, don't worry, we're farmers too. We just kind of suck at it.
Yes, kinda.
Kinda is an
A lot.
understatement. Oh, our battery is about dead, guys. Okay,
fine
so
with that.
real quick, just in case you were wondering, Brian Phillips style,
Okay,
in that last climb out, it was pretty much dead.
okay.
Okay, gear coming out, take off flaps. I got plenty of authority and power to do this, but thrust reverse might not work. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'll just bring it in here. Now landing flaps. Going in right over the top of those trees. Bring it in, keep our airspeed up. And just do a perfect landing. Yeah, it wants to spin like crazy when I do that. So the ground loops are like unavoidable when you get into the thrust reverse hard. So it's probably just something about that huge P factor and the way it yaws the plane. It's like, boop, you're getting a ground loop. But absolutely gorgeous. And then the moon's coming out over here too. So folks, we are so pleased with the way this plane went together. I think we're all in on this video, including the build and unbox build radio setup. Start to finish.
Less than an hour.
Less than an hour. That is
I mean, if you like stop
crazy.
talking now.
It would be less than an hour?
Yeah.
Okay, so it'd be like 3 hours long?
Yes.
This plane is awesome. It does all the things you want your plane to do. It does it beautifully, and it's easy to build.
Yeah.
You don't have to dedicate yourself to some struggle, okay? And we did all the acro setup here. We built our own acro. We did not pull it from the receiver file. But you could do that too. We just have found that on planes, it's like, yeah, it's so dang easy for us. We're just gonna do it here. And also, we wanna help conduct ourselves in a way that we would suggest you conduct yourself. So when we do a heli, we're gonna pull that file out because there are a lot of settings to do. But when it's a simple 5-channel, 6-channel plane with retracts, 6-channel, it's just not really worth it to me. I would rather set it up the way I want instead of having to go and unset things I don't want.
Yep.
Okay? Telemetry works fantastically. Yes, we were able to set up through the serial control of the Avian ESC, the thrust reverse, very easy. We have ours tied to switch G, and it works flawlessly. 3200 or 4000 4S. Now, you can't fly this on 3S, but I'm gonna just tell you this. This thing, I don't feel like it's a powerhouse on 4S 50C. So I would suggest staying away from the 3S. But I've said that before, And then people are like, no, I love it. And the thing is, if you're just cruising around, enjoying a calm evening, which this is it.
Right.
This is the type of night that we live for, us that are obsessive with RC modeling, especially airplanes, because you could fly a helicopter in wind, but you don't want to fly a plane like this in an insane wind. It's just not going to be very fun. And so we're very thankful that we got an opportunity to film this, because we're supposed to have, what, 17 gusting 34 for the next 2 days.
2 days and then a whole day of rain.
Yeah, so it's going to be sucky. Big time sucky. But you know what's not sucky? This awesome plane.
Yeah.
The AT-6 is exactly what you wanted it to be. They fixed that. You got to get over here and get it from this side. That is just so gorgeous, the silver. Go to this side where the sun is, hon.
I was trying to get the sunset on both sides.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. And I got to say, those split flaps are just gorgeous. Notice a little stickiness on the left side. And obviously, I have not exactly nailed the landings, but full disclosure, I'm just going to tell you guys this now. You've watched us build this place. You've watched us spend ungodly amounts of money. Well, we're about to spend some more ungodly money to pave that intersection. That's our next big pave after they're done paving the second half of the damn gift shop, which is 35 by 40 and 25 by 40. It's 4 inches thick on that because it'll be an office area, and then 5 inches thick on the other garage side, which will be a pass-through garage with diagonal parking and an ability to drive into the main hangar space. So it's gonna be really cool. I can't wait to share it with you guys. There's so many cool details coming, but this is the next big move. We did not realize when we did this that we were gonna cut off our grass strip. And
right.
Speaking of grass strips, you know what? I think I can get one takeoff and landing.
Enough to get around?
Yeah, okay. I have it in me. I just want to see if it'll do grass ops. So full up elevator. Guys, I almost forgot and I apologize. Let's see if it'll do grass ops. Oh yeah, it'll get up, no problem. Okay, gear up. Just being very conservative here. Guys, I love flying this plane. It is so fun. Okay, gear, take off flaps. Going between the two. That's so cool. Landing flaps. Touch and go. A little bit of rudder to keep it flat on its axis. I want to land the other way, better visibility that way. Got to take off flaps. It looks so clean. Gear. Okay, full landing flaps. Really draggy, which is what we want. Okay. Here it is. There it is. Out of the flaps altogether.
Nice.
Throttle cuts on. So absolutely no problems. I can't believe that did so good in the grass. I thought for sure it was going to get the prop into the grass.
And our grass,
is not really super well kept.
No.
We mowed it like, you know,
I don't know.
what, like 4 weeks ago, and then it got really, really hot, and we actually got a bunch of rain too.
Yeah.
So I don't know why it did so good on there, but I mean, even right now, full up elevator. Oh yeah. Yeah, because I kind of cheated to get it up to speed.
Yeah, no,
but I
it's
mean,
going.
even right now, you know, it's like, hey, look at that. What? Did you really think I wasn't going to take off?
No, I really thought you were.
Guys, it's Brian Phillips RC. You should expect this by now.
Known you for a
There's
while.
takeoff flaps. Now landing flaps. Watch this, guys. Look at this nice wide turn. Just bringing it around, all the way around. Flattening out. A little bit of slip, a little bit of slip, a little bit of slip. There it is. Beautiful. Don't got to worry about ground loops like that.
No?
Sweet. Grass ops, amazing. What more can you want from a plane? I mean, it does all the things you want. It looks beautiful doing it. And if you like this type of plane, if you like the AT-6, you got to pick one up from the links in the video description below. You'll help support Brian Phillips RC and the things we're doing, spending unseen, ungodly amounts of money on concrete for runways. As well, which is ironic. We were joking about this the other day. I've started flying so many more helicopters lately.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I haven't lost interest in planes. It's just there's not that many of them coming out right now, which is killing me, and I'm sure it's killing you too. So when you see something good, buy it from the links in the video description below. I know it's gonna make you smile ear to ear if you've been waiting for the AT-6 to get re-released. It is super good. So get it. And by the way, I gotta say, I feel like it feels so much better than the original. But I did some things on the original that did not make it fly real great. And one of the things I did is I put the output to the innermost hole on my elevator push rod. And so I had tons of control authority on the elevator, which was unnecessary. It caused it to fly. It caused it to fly terrible. Okay, so don't do that because the AS3X is gonna go crazy, okay?
Right.
Put it in the outside hole. You got tons of throw. You're gonna have tons of pitch authority. You're gonna be fine. If you want it to have more pitch authority, slide the battery back, make it more tail heavy, and you'll have more pitch authority with the same elevator throw, okay? And that's super easy to do. And by the way, super easy to load the battery. I've got mine to the front bulkhead and it weighed out perfect, or center of gravity out perfect, right in the middle of the range.
Yep.
Okay. Also, the NX10 has been working flawlessly, except for the occasional skippity doodah on my scrolly wheel. We are now up to like 350 models in our model memory. We're only supposed to be able to do 250. So Spectrum, haha, we broke the rules. You're welcome. So the other thing too is, not only did we break the rules, but now we're going back to deleting the ones that we don't have anymore or have crashed and died.
Yep, or set up for other people.
So we're just like squeezing so much life out of it. But frankly, why is there a limit of models? Like, that's pretty dumb.
Right.
So if there's a limit, why don't you just use the external hard drive to run some models out and then leave more on your local machine, okay? Just a tip. But we're gonna be soon jumping into the NX8 again. Not that it's really that big a deal, but I'm just out of model memory and I'm kind of sick of running through and finding dead models.
Trying to find them.
And the NX8 is great, guys. I'm using the 10, still got 20 channels. The 8 will have 20 channels.
Yep.
It's not gonna have Hall effects gimbals, but I don't care because I don't need them. I'm still good with whatever it came with and I don't use the sliders. I don't find myself ever using them. You might love it, you might need it. Nowadays, with any of the Plus models, you've got 20 channels on everything except for the 6 and the 7E. Those are 14 channels. So if you get those, by the way, the skeeters are starting to come up.
No kidding.
So if you get those, you're totally fine. Just remember, if you get the 8, you got 20 channels.
Yeah.
And even on this 6-channel receiver, we're using like 9 channels. Why does it matter? Because then you don't have to go up to an incredibly expensive receiver. And this is bind and fly. So the beauty of Avian is you can use the serial communications through the smart technology to actually communicate things like thrust reverse and make things stretch further because you can access many more channels. Let's go ahead and back taxi this because the bugs are killing me here. So guys, here on Brian Phillips RC, we try our best to give you the absolute best that we can give you. We're gonna do the back and forth just like you would in a real one because obviously in a tail dragger, you wouldn't even be able to see forward, and that's just the nature of the beast. I gotta say, ground handling on this plane, I don't remember it being near as good on the original, and boy, that yellow is high visibility.
I like it.
Guys, you may notice one detail about this plane that still kind of sucks the big one. What is that detail?
There's no LEDs.
Yep, why?
I don't know, they didn't ask me.
Exactly. But you know what, whatever. You can't win everything. I'm gonna just say this, all the battles that we're winning in this technology realm have been good. So we didn't get LEDs on this one, which is kind of annoying. But I gotta say, this size class deserves LEDs just like we deserve to not have to do daylight savings time adjustments anymore. It's so stupid. Turn that on, leave it on. I wish all us RC people could just say, no soup for you when the time comes change, because then we lose the only hour of the day most of us might possibly be able to fly because we got to go to work. It's not fair. So I guess I could get up earlier.
Ugh.
Yeah, except we're filming until midnight.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's all we got for you. Great plane. Good job, E-flite. Maybe sneak some LEDs in on version whatever it is, version 3, because I really like this. I think there was actually another version. They might have gone from the older AR636 or it was it the A? It was the 630. Yeah, they went from the 630 to, not the 630, what was it? 636.
There was a 636B.
636A to 636B. They might have done that, or they went to the 630. Either way, all I know is I'm really glad that we have this being V2.
It's been a long time.
I frankly can't remember. So beautiful plane, guys. Check it out. Links in the video description below. And guys, don't forget, when you watch Brian Phillips RC, we do long format for a reason, so we can help people that are coming back to the hobby and people that are brand new to the hobby. This plane, believe it or not, would actually probably work okay as a trainer, but I'm gonna tell you this, there are still things about a low wing plane that make it a little bit harder. I'm just gonna tell you this right now, the thing is super well behaved. I would not be afraid to say, hey, beginner, fly this. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't be afraid of it. It's so dang easy to fly, but I am forgetting what it's like to learn to fly because I am getting better and I've been doing it for so long, okay?
Not like first plane, but no.
Yeah, maybe.
Really?
Maybe. With
For
safe,
sure.
with safe, you got to have a big area though, because safe limits your bank angles, so you can have wide turns. But I mean, I still think you'd be better with a high wing trainer, just in general.
Yeah.
But this thing is, even with the stabilizer off, did you see how good it looked?
Yeah, no, I know I did.
Granted, the wind is calmed a lot. So, good job, Horizon, E-flite, keep it up. Good job, Spectrum. I really like this thing. At the end of the day, I know you're here to help support us at this time of the video, or you wouldn't still be watching. So smash the like button, click the bell for notifications when you do subscribe so you can see all the latest and greatest RC content here on Brian Phillips RC. And then also check out brianphillipsrc.com/supplies for supplies and everything else right at the main home screen. You can sort by type, compare this to another AT-6 or whatever we've reviewed in the past, maybe the CJ6. Isn't that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, awesome plane, by the way, but not this. And it is a little bit smaller, okay?
Yep.
So just keep in mind, we're always looking for the latest and greatest. We're working with as many manufacturers as we can so that we can always be bringing it to you as early as possible. So smash the like button, click the bell for notifications. If you want to send us a buck or two, we have YouTube, super thanks, YouTube members for monthly support, PayPal for one-time donations, and then Patreon if you want to be monthly support as well. Lots of different ways to support us, but we prefer that you buy and enjoy the hobby with us and not vicariously through us. But if it's just vicariously and you want to throw a couple of bucks our way, we appreciate that. And it is always appreciated. But really what we're asking is that you get in the hobby and stay in the hobby. We need more people doing it. All right, that's all. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.